Oh, no focus on Inferno or Sylvanas for our last Infernal Shrines game, which was really interesting for me to see in the draft phase. We'll see if that continues. E-Star is really focused on banning Falstad and constant Illidan bans from whomever was in the second ban point. And there's Falstad.
I like the Falstad first bans on this map. I don't think any team's willing to let through Illidan. So just kind of guarantees X team to get whatever they want, which in other regions would be Kael'thas.
Yeah. E-Star also picked Kael'thas here.
Yeah, on this map specifically, they did. Good wave clear.
There she is.
Sylvanas.
So we'll see Misaka once again on the Sylvanas. 2 picks now for OMG. We see a lot of Zoia from this team.
Yeah, could be Zoia Task, Zoia Uther.
Especially with Zoia being so good for the Shrine clear. And there she is.
Next pick, Uther. Maybe Tassaderp.
Tassaderp. Right.
Okay. No surprise to see them pair support with the Zoia this early on. We don't want it to get banned out or denied.
I wonder if that means that we'll see a support from X team now too, if they don't want it to be denied like the Uther.
Well, them picking the Thrall would not be surprised if we saw the Uther.
Yeah.
Uther pairs so well with the Thrall, Divine Shield.
Angel
Super
beats.
impactful.
Sorry.
Angel beads?
Beats. That was on that guy's shirt. So, sorry. I got distracted.
Zul, Svasul, Thrall.
Alright, so really focusing, on this map specifically. They have somebody who will be good for the solo lane, somebody who will be good for running around between the lanes while the rest are focusing on the shrines, and of course, if they could win the shrine, Sylvanas to help with the Punisher. Fast bans.
No Uther ban. Rather wanting to chokehold a warrior. OMD should be looking to pick up Tyrael or Muradin here.
There's the Muradin. One more pick. Tassadar still available if they want the double support for the Zoia. Kael'thas still free if they want the mage to be able to steal away some of the skeletal minions. That's who they'll grab.
Yeah, and OMG basically has God comp here. That would be what's considered God comp in NA. They can just last pick Tassadar and be, Zoia and Kael'thas essentially unkillable.
Right. A really good double threat composition where if you focus too much on the Zoia, then Kael'thas will kill you, and vice versa. Elegance playing some Tyrael for us.
I was almost expecting that Diablo.
Yeah, especially for shrines. Uther?
Should be.
There he is. One last pick for OMG. Do they pick Tassadar or are they going to grab something else here? I like the Tassadar a lot.
If this was NA, we'd see Tassadar 100%.
Yeah.
They could go for more damage, though. Then you go for the Tass. Yep, this is pretty standard composition from OMG. It's monster time, boys.
Is it the white monster?
Yeah, dog.
Those are so good!
Yeah, dog.
Have we seen any Tracer yet? She's not allowed, apparently.
She's banned in Gold League?
And that's what they were saying during the interview translations. Which is weird because she's allowed everywhere else. Allowed, but doesn't necessarily mean she's being picked a ton or doing well. I think she was in Europe 2 games?
Yeah, didn't look good.
Didn't? Oh, Misaka's going to be playing Zool. We've got Yao Yao on Sylvanas this time.
Yow, yow, yow.
Yeah, they may not want to allow her just because this is the grand finals and they've done all of this up to this point without Tracer, so they may just not want to allow her for the last 2 days. I hadn't heard that in Reams, but we don't really get any sort of information about what is and isn't banned, so we just kind of have to guess.
I will ban people that make bug jokes about that.
Are slugs bugs?
Yeah. I think so.
Aren't they cephalopods?
Which is Latin for bug.
No, that's not true at all. I think it means like something foot, like 1 foot or...
AKA bug. Yay, we have a game!
Woohoo!
Bam, 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 bam.
Here we have X Team in the blue with Tao playing Uther Paradise on Thrall Elegant Ontario, Yao Yao playing Sylvanas, and Misaka will be playing Zool. And in the red, it's OMG with Beam BB playing Tassadar, Zuryu on Kael'thas, Max playing Rhaegar, ZZTQ playing Muradin, and Sonya will be played by somebody.
Go
Sora.
figure! Go figure! Who's surprised? Cause it ain't me! This is pretty standard at this point. Par for the course.
Did you say power for the course?
No!
Okay, that was a short one. That was a short one. We're back in. Here we go. Level 1. Oh, X Team being sneaky. Most of the time you see the teams both go to the mid, but they are focusing on getting a tower down in the bottom. And the minute that OMG realizes they're going to start to rotate down. 4 of the 6 casters think X Team is going to win.
A lot of hype after beating EDG.
Mm-hmm. Elegant, no!
Gonna feed. Elegant, no feed, Areno, Cappuccino.
Good job, Elegant. He picked up Herodric Reforging, so he will have the reduced cooldown on his Eldruin's Might.
No surprise from the rest of the talents.
Yeah, overflowing Quiver this time for Sylvanas instead of Paralysis. But with that... Oh no, oh no, oh no.
I'm done. Good night. Later, everyone. Bedtime for Zoya.
What could possibly be the deal? Oh! G? Oh, go. Got it. Alright, so both teams just trying to own the rotation between mid and bottom to have to drain their opponent's towers of ammo, be in charge of this, maybe even set up a good positioning for a gank. With Sylvanas, the X team are easily being able to keep control of this, especially with Zool too.
We'll see how X Team wants to handle the Punisher phase. You know, that you got so much push potential with this composition. Usually it's Misaka who should be the one who's split pushing during the mortal phase, but they could just opt to completely give up the first one and go for a hard push with Sylv.
Yeah.
Leave Sonya on the point because she can't really deal well in defensive postures around ports.
It's all the way up in the top, which is where Thrall and Sonya have been hanging out. And Yayo gets picked up by a Gravity Labs, takes quite a bit of damage, but is okay. X Team slightly ahead in experience, getting toward those level 4 talents first. But they are going to be out of position. Misaka could be in trouble here as the rotations come in from Max. He's running up through the top, throws down a Bone Prison. This looks like it'll be first blood as he gets picked up. Still trying to run away. Has the Shade to at least help with the Bone Shield, but man, he is a long way away from his team. Max, does he have the butt bite? Oh, wow.
No death for Misaka. Wow. Surprised he lived there.
Yeah.
Maybe a few missed autos on the end of OMG. We do see the split push here with Yao Yao in the bot lane. And it will be Sonya again, just a solo one contesting the point. But with Gelthos helping top versus the Thrall, and it only being Tassadar and Murden defending against the Sylph push, they could do some serious damage here.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't just stay down there and take out the fort. Because by the time they rotate up to this, it's going to be like 30.
Well, they might have a kill here. They're collapsing on someone. CGTQ going to be able to back out.
They're moving pretty slowly into this.
It's still plenty of time, though. It's 23
Yeah.
only. Maybe it's like 33, it would be harder, but they can definitely contest this. And they're here as 5 now. They got about a quarter level or half level lead here. They're starting to work on the minions. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle, but if Yayo gets taken out, this is going to be really bad.
It's good. Bone Prison on Sonya. Paradise is going to make sure that that's first blood and still gets away. And now with Sonya down for a few seconds, it is a lower respawn timer, but it's time that X Team can start to take down some of these skeletal minions. Unfortunately for them, they're fairly low in health, so they're trying to heal back up. A couple of them are going to have to use their well taps, and we're seeing Misaka go for their rotations between. So yeah, I think they're just going to try to delay this safely while Misaka continues to get them ahead in experience so that they can get those level 7 talents.
Level 7, very close here for X Team. They'll still have a long way to go on the minion count. Again, this is what Misaka should be doing. I love this drafting style on this map. Certain team won with Zul on this map in Chair League last night.
Needed Benny Hill music for the Zul chase. I like that comment, Stark. Alright, Zul's going to take care of the other 2 lanes while the rest of the members of X Team burn down this Mortar Punisher. OMG, ZZ, what you doing? It's an interesting spot to be in.
Zul's got some serious damage in the split push, though. Now Misaka going for a flank here. Here's where they're going to go on. They're going for Zayu. Elegant is very deep. Misaka definitely going to be able to help secure that kill. Paradise getting low as well, but the sustain from Thrall going to keep him alive. For RTNT, not going to go down, but quick 2 kills here for X Team, and they're doing a good job. They lost the Punisher, yes, but they've gotten better structure damage. Bottom fort's almost dead, and they're up 2 kills to 0.
Wow, Elegant's going to get taken out, but does have the Archangel's Wrath talent, or trait, to do some damage. The rest of X Team are probably going to have to start to push back here, but I was wowing because Static Charge for Tassadar. It's been leeching plasma for like ever.
Yeah. I think people are starting to realize that when you do have the kill, because this is a pretty standard style, and one of the issues is it's weak in the early game, because Sonya and Kel'Thas don't get their power spikes till 16. So maybe go in the Tassadar to help secure kills, as well as, or maybe go in this build to help secure kills as well. Just help control points a little bit better.
That's crazy. We'll see how it works out for them. X Team ahead in experience. They're about to get their heroic abilities. Elegant has found ZZ, employing little Chinese bush meta strategies. Aldrin Mine away, but they are distracting, importantly, from that bottom siege camp, which is about to get picked up by Thrall, and they'll have that pushing just as the shrine is about to start. But other lanes have mercenary camps for OMG, and that may buy them some time to get their heroic abilities, but with the constant sieging that has been happening in the bottom lane, they're going to be able to get this for even a kill, too, with a great sundering by Paradise.
2 heroics were used for that kill, as Wailing Arrow was used to help secure that. But a full level lead right now for X Team. They secure the first fort of the game, and now they're in a really good spot as this Punisher will be pushing bottom lane. If they can win this, if X Team wins this Punisher, they can push this straight into a keep, and they have a Sylvanas, so this could do some serious damage.
Right, definitely. They still have Misaka up in the top lane. Sylvanas for now is in mid too, so I like that they're continuing to make sure that they are keeping up with the lane pressure and the other lanes in the lane soak. That'll only help them later on too with other Punishers that they pick up if they've taken out these the towers in front of the fort or even the fort itself. But that does mean that OMG is claiming this shrine, and looks like X Team are really just content to completely give it up.
Yeah, I mean, there's not the best siege with this Immortal if they don't get kills, which they might be able to get a kill on Misaka. Actually, it's only ZDTQ and Max. If the Gravity Lapse connects, yeah, they should be able to go down. And yeah, that will be the death of the Zool there. So OMG finally secured himself a kill, but yeah, I mean, they don't really have a fear of the Punisher. Sonya and Kael'thas can easily be thwarted in these pushes. If they get anything more than the front wall for two Punishers, I mean, that would be just really surprising. Look how fast this one's already dying. They're just wanting to keep that lead, keep split pushing. But an interesting flank from ZDTQ coming in from above.
Yeah, they really want to try to get a fort if they can. They know they're still behind a little bit, but they're catching up quickly in experience. But now with the Punisher finally falling, X Team are able to clear out this wave push and keep their fort alive. So structural advantage still in favor of X Team. And now we'll see what the teams want to do with the time before the next shrine phase. Looks like X Team was maybe trying to catch somebody in a gank and an invade, but constantly you see Misaka moving between lanes and making sure to just push out a wave wherever it's pretty safe for him to do so that he can continue to give his team this experience.
13 picked up here by X Team. Let's see what they plan to do with this talent advantage. I mean, they're just doing such a good job of maximizing their experience right now. And whenever they do get the next Punisher, if they do get another Punisher, I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
But you are crazy.
That was pretty crazy. Oh, Stark. I don't know why I was reading chat and said Stark. Sorry, buddy. X Team looking at 13. More Giant Killer for Thrall. And Imposing Will. Windrunner. Maybe that's why we saw Yao Yao. I was like, oh, I've got another Haunting Wave.
I have no. I'm sure. There's whatever we can to put some logic to that play there. Because that was crazy. 13 picked up here by OMG. I mean, it's when Sonya and Kael'thas start getting a little bit better. And that's the thing we need to keep in mind, that yes, OMG may have been losing the early game, but the later and later this game goes, the better this composition is for them.
Yeah,
especially when they hit 16.
Need to make sure that they don't lose people here, as they have a shrine starting pretty soon. Ancestral Healing's used, and that's great for X Team, especially since they take out Rhaegar. They bring down another person. A Divine Shield keeps Zool alive. A 3 for nothing now. Make that 4 because Sora's not getting out of here either. And just in time for another Punisher phase. Only Tassadar up for 20-some more seconds until they can get the rest of the team back. And that just gives such a good lead to X Team. They already had pushing mercenaries in one of the lanes, and now they can go right for the shrine.
See how much damage they can do with this push. I mean, this is almost guaranteed theirs. They can still come contest it, but there's just such a significant advantage right now in the minion count that it'd be hard for OMG. And yeah, they're just going to clean up as much as they can, potentially do a Merc camp here, as this is going over to X Team. And X Team's going to have 16 with this push with Sylvanas, so this could very well be the first keep of the game, depending on how well they play this push.
Yeah, I like that they rotate really quickly to try to take out the fort with the Sylvanas, so that they try to keep the Punisher as healthy as it can stay. OMG are baiting it way back though, and X Team still has to take out the fort, so that is going to be some time that they can bring it down. Now they're going to start moving back. They want to try to bait it over the towers again, especially because of the Sylvanas. They need to take it out where they can. It doesn't quite bait over the gate.
Yeah, it was a good job from OMG to bait the Punisher back into the keep wall to help whittle it down and bait it away from X Team. X Team does have 16 now, which puts them pretty far ahead. as OMG still has a full level to go. But again, as long as OMG is not insanely far behind, they're going to be okay. They haven't been losing keeps. They've only been losing forts and a front wall here and there on their keeps. So once OMG hits 16, their team play gets significantly better.
Yeah, they need the Nerves of Steel, the Sun King's Fury, for more damage and sustainability for Zoia. I'm pretty interested to see if we will still get Dimensional Warp at 16, or if with that...
Second Strike.
Yeah, if it's going to be Second Strike.
I would be surprised if it was Second Strike, but if X Team realizes that, I don't know, it'd be really weird if it was Second Strike.
Yeah.
Because then you should have just gotten different 13 talent, I feel.
Yeah, the health regen is really what makes that super viable with the second one. X Team, now with OMG at 16, find that they need to move back. A Earthgrass Totem slowing down Misaka. Divine Shield immediately tries to help, and they're going to try to turn this fight around. Their Sanctification. Sora gets healed up by the Ancestral Healing, and with all of that used without taking someone down, X Team is on the run. They don't have a fort in this lane to get back to, but there is a tower.
Really early Divine Shield. Don't think it was needed there. I know he was trying to anticipate the Kel'Thas burst, but maybe could have gotten away with it. But they're still wanting to fight this. Elegant goes in with the Holy Ground. They're body blocking Sora TNT. Ancestral is down. And good job from the rest of X Team to zone back the supports from OMG. And they pick up a kill right as an Immortal phase is spawning. There's going to be about a 15-second window where X Team will be on that point before Sonya's even alive.
And X Team has done such a good job of controlling this map, especially when it comes to the shrines. Whether it's Misaka, who's been pushing the lanes and forcing OMG a respond, or it's them getting a kill right at those pivotal times. Easy. Dwarf Toss is out of the Bone Prison, but still 15 seconds until Sylvanas is back up, and the rest of X Team can't even kind of poke in because they're left with clearing out the mercenary camps in the mid, and now there is one in the bottom that Sylvanas has claimed.
Well, not the biggest lead right now for X Team. OMG is wanting to contest. Zoia is rotating up. Sylvanas just about to join the fray. But still, pretty significant lead here for X Team on this point.
Yep, they've got 18 to the 5 of the monsters. There's a gravity lapse, and Sanctification is used. The skeletal minions in the back, slowing down the rest of the back line. Juyu is just going to get melted. Elegant still on the chase. Sora now being cut off from the rest of the team with a great holy ground by Elegant, who gets... it looks like there was a heal as Divine Shield keeping Elegant in the fight. They're just trying to bring down Sora, kind of having trouble with it though. And that is the Nerves of Steel as well as the double support that has really been able to help. But now there's a great Bone Prison. Sora could be in trouble. Elegant in from the side. Archangel's Wrath will help to give more damage. The rest of X Team's going to have to back off.
Elegant had a sick juke on the spear there, but yeah, I don't think they should have re-engaged. After they got the kill on Kel'Thas, they probably should have just gone for the point here. They should be able to get this. It looks like Zoia tapped well and they wants to kind of contest this with Kel'Thas. So that might have been a big mistake from X Team to keep chasing and losing Elegant there. But it looks like they'll be able to get this Punisher. They just won't be able to do too much with it.
Yeah.
Really interesting to see Murden not going Stone Form, going Imposing Presence. Not something we see too often. I think I'm okay with it this game. When you look at this composition, I mean, the only time Murdens end up dying is whenever they're blown up in CC, which they don't have CC besides Thrall and Zul. I mean, they don't have like the blow up type of CC style.
Yeah, they have
and with
double
Kel'Thas
support
and
too.
Zoia on the team, Murden's not going to be the focus target.
Exactly.
You don't necessarily need the Stone Form, so it's different, but I don't necessarily disagree with it.
Especially with the double support too. Tau is in trouble. It's Uther, not 20. No redemption yet. Paradise is going to get taken out too. And now X Team finding 2 kills, taking out the Punisher and not losing a keep. This might be their chance to finally get back into this game. They're still behind in experience, but the members of X Team are still just trying to get back to their fort. Misaka gets hit by a great Stormbolt, but Elegant is there, even using Sanctification to allow them to get away. So they won't get any more kills, but OMG should be able to at least get this fort and some experience off of it.
Another situation where X Team just kind of overextends, overstays their welcome, and gets punished for it. They really got to recognize whenever they're. I mean, that was 5 versus 4 initially, as they did not have Elegant with that push. Once the Punisher was like nearing death, that was definitely a situation where they should have backed out.
Yeah, they're still ahead in experience though. They still are about to get their Storm talents. And OMG realizing this, they've stolen the bruisers, they've done what they want to do over on that side of the map. They're going to back off until they can get their own 20.
Well, X Team is just about to have 20. OMG should have 20 before the next Plunder Page, or at least during it. So they'll be able to contest this pretty easily. And they become pretty hard to kill at level 20. So... Oh. Both teams calling for a pause there.
There must be like some sort of lag issues going on.
Yeah, network issues or something.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Zool grabbed Giant's Curse at
Really?
13. Yeah. I like it versus the double the double tank, double warrior lineup.
Down by the bay. Welp.
I was about to say we almost made it through a game without a pause, but then I remembered that this one also paused at the beginning. So this is actually a double pause game.
Yeah, making up for the fact that that first pause was short.
Maybe this one will be. Hopefully, please.
Seems to always be that PC right there
Yeah.
that seems to be having issues. Down by the bay. Down by the bay, where the watermelon grows. I wish this game
I'm putting some Heroes music on.
would frickin' go.
That was really good. Oh!
Yay! So, we do see that OMG picks up 20 tier. So they are on even ground now as the shrine is spawning in the bottom. Which I believe is a keep that's taking light damage on both ends. So this could be very easily the first keep of the game from these teams.
I'm so excited about the Master of Flames. Because on this map, you're just getting so many fights where you are forced into chokes, and those will spread for forever. It's really tough to spread out around the shrines. X Team coming in with a super aggressive flank from the side. Didn't catch somebody with a root, though, from Thrall, and now Elegant's very separated from the rest of the team.
Yeah, Elegant. I don't know what he was thinking there. Very early death, and now this could be bad for the rest of the team. They're trying to back out of here. Tal definitely in a bad spot. Nice job avoiding the spear. It looks like the rest of X Team will be able to back out, which is good for them. But they're at risk losing their keep now because of this.
Yeah, hopefully they can just push out the rest of their lanes. So they don't at least have to worry about the potential of a split push from OMG. Because this is going to be tough. It depends how much is left of that wall. If they can have a while of baiting it over the towers and bringing it down before the members of OMG get those towers down. They're already starting to work on them, but they're very healthy. Well, I say that, and then one is gone.
Yeah, this is 20 minutes into the game. Things die quickly at this point. Punisher leaps over the wall, nice force wall, but no follow-up from the rest of this team. But it's a good heads-up play from BBB, and this keeps definitely going down. There's no saving that. They just need to make sure they don't lose any lives here. As if anyone dies on the end of the X team, this could very easily be game. Elegant's finally back into the fight. Punisher's actually still healthy, so they're looking for the fight. That leaps on the Tau. Tau's very far forward to Elegant. Nice Sundering and Wailing Arrow combo yet again, and they delete Kel'Thas. Max is going to go down as well, and this is exactly what X team needed. So, wow, this could actually be game if both Tassar and Sora TNT go down. So we'll go for the route on the Beam BB. Dwarf toss over the wall. Sora's definitely going to go down. Can they keep BBB from escaping?
That was so good. Beam is going away. There's the smite to try to give them the movement speed. Force wall stops some of the members, but Misaka is on the chase on his money pig. Where's the bone prison? They have the amplified damage for it. There's the root, and goodbye, sweet Tassadar. 30 seconds until Rhaegar and Kael'thas come back up. Yeah, we're messing around with ZZ. They've got Sylvanas. They can bring down a keep super fast here.
Game.
They still have to get a keep.
They're so healthy. Well, they have to go through keep, but it's 15 seconds on Kael'thas. Keep's already down. By the time Avatar's popped, and by the time Kael'thas is up, this core is already going to be taking serious damage. Just 7 seconds, 19 seconds on to Zonia. Murden's doing a good job of trying to... And they're taking
damage from the core. There's the Sank. Okay, there goes Shuyu. They use the Skeletal Mages to try to slow him down. Misaka's going after him too. Tao's going to get dropped. Misaka's low. They've still got this. X team win game number 1.
Yeah, even with like clumping up and taking way too much damage, X team still able to close it out. Was a really great game from X team. I don't know who's going to get MVP. It's either the Thrall or the Sylvanas. I want to say it's the Thrall. Sylvanas was on point. Yaya was on point 90% of that game with his Wailing Arrows. It was just that one weird play mid. Accidentally took his Haunting Wave. I'm assuming what he was trying to do there was just interrupt the tower and then accidentally took it. But, yeah. But the Sunders all game long were God tier. And, I mean, there's a reason why, like, the last 5 games before this he played was Thrall. So, maybe teams should start denying it. Yeah, there it is. Figured it would be Paradise.
It would be Paradise! Oh, right?
Whoa. That came out of nowhere.
I was waiting for it.
Lexi with a 1-0 lead right now. Pretty convincing game. They had a few misplays here and there. But overall, very convincing.
That was good. That was a good play. OMG wanted the kills that they needed to be able to take out the core, but a good hold from X Team and being able to turn that. The power of Sylvanas, for sure.
The power. Well, 10 minutes of break. And then we'll get maps.
And then we'll draft. And then we'll get into game. And then we'll have another 10-minute break.
Yeah, pauses are fun.
That's the second time that we had a pause, came back, and the game was won within like 3 minutes after the pause. It's like, do we really need a pause there? I mean, yes, but still. Nova's just like staring straight at the camera. Now he's looking away, but he was just like...
It's a very different style. How the presenters, or the casters present themselves.
How so?
In NANEU, it's very much like conversational, always looking at each other, gesturing towards each other. Where for the most part, it's just deadpan staring into the camera.
That's so mean, Stark. Poor Nova. Do you remember why it says Heroes of the Storm, but then it has Bran Bronzebeard up in the top left? I wonder if they use the same stage for like Hearthstone and stuff too.
Soon TM, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, I know Gold League does Hearthstone and StarCraft. I just didn't know if they use the same desk for that.
Scheduling scrims. Scheduling scrims.
So was that the one?
I don't know what that means.
You said OMG 3-1. Was that the one and now OMG does 3 in a row? Or do you amend it based on X Team winning game 1?
X team may win. They've improved a lot throughout the season. I think during the first sets, X team looked like poo. They're getting better. Whether it's like a coach or new shot calling.
That's true, Fairgrim. That is Karax from StarCraft.
That's true, Gilly. That is Karax from StarCraft.
What if we just sang an entire cast?
We would get Reddit hate.
Well, that already happens.
Yeah.
Here we go into the maps.
Here we go into the maps.
X Team has picked
Love the Spooner Queen.
So OMG has chosen to be first pick, first ban. X Team wants to go hang out with some spoders.
Tomb of the Spoder Queen.
Team of the Spoder Queen.
Oh, snap. Bakery tweets. Well, here we go. Draft for game number 2. OMG with that first pick, first ban.
I gotta look at that tweet.
Yeah, no, I want to read it too.
Oh, it's a long one. Okay. The map song trademark. You know it. Okay, OMG with first pick, first ban. They're gonna ban Kael'thas. Now this is a smaller map, so I wonder if we'll see X Team ban Illidan.
Yeah, they should. Illidan's good on every map right now. He's insane. They could go for a Zul ban instead.
Mm-hmm.
Zul's really good on this map as well.
There's the Illidan ban. Alright, OMG with first pick. We're on team the Spider Queen. Zul. Zul's a big deal. Heroes that provide vision, heroes that can safely deny turn-ins. There's gonna be the Zul. Of course, Sylvanas is always nice because, like the Punisher, she can help the web weavers out. A lot of different styles teams can employ.
There is that Zul, yeah. I mean, he is so good.
That he is, Zoya, that he is.
There's Sylvanas. Don't think anyone's too surprised at this pick on this map. I mean,
Yeah, and this X Team's really been highly prioritizing her as well. So it makes a lot of sense. There he is.
God. There's a Thrall.
Could you just like God?
Why? He's great. Corn on the cob sounds delicious right now.
What is with you and corn on the cob?
You don't think corn on the cob would be great right now?
I love corn on the cob. It's just the weirdest
some
thing
butter?
I've ever heard someone crave.
Some pepper on it? I don't understand why you're not on this corn on the cob hype train, Gilly.
I've never been like, I need corn on the cob right now. That is a food that I am craving. Alright. Li Ming, Rhaegar. On to the ban phase.
Look, when we look at these drafts, I think like X Team got like all of their comfort picks already.
Yeah.
Like, Sylve, they're great with. I think Paradise, this is like his 7th game in a row, 8th game in a row on Thrall.
It could be Paradise.
Could be Paradise.
What's Elegant gonna play? That's what I want to know.
I bet it's Terrell.
That'd be aight.
ETC.
ETC, yeah, he plays a lot of ETC.
Got a hell of DC ETC.
His ETC is flawless.
Just like him.
Did you see that setup for you?
Yeah. You got my back.
Yep. They'll surely pick it here. I think they'll probably put Yao Yao back on Falstad and then let Misaka play. Oh, okay, Muradin.
The cappuccino himself.
Yeah, I was kind of secretly hoping for the Diablo Stark, but that is not the case. Like, I would have loved a Diablo Tyrande and then another healer.
Angel beat.
That's what I was saying, Angel Beats!
I think someone in chat said it's some anime. Well, Vala, they got a lot of good poke. But when it comes to hard engage fights, X Team's got the advantage with that.
Oh, yeah.
Gust, Wailing Arrow, Sundering, and we've already seen that. The Wailing Arrow, Sundering combos are good. God, look at them.
I thought maybe they would go for ETC and then do like a mosh into Reign of Vengeance with a Li Ming. But
that ain't elegant.
huh?
That ain't elegant.
But OMG.
But that ain't elegant.
You only want ETC if it's
Ow.
elegant?
I only want elegant.
I see.
Malfurion last pick. I mean, with Uther banned, it comes down to... I think Malph's great here. As long as no one takes serious damage from Li Ming poke. I mean, this is a lot of poke damage. And I don't necessarily think that they need to go Ice Block versus this comp. They can just go Life Seed. And they should be able to live through this pretty easily. So the Malph pick, actually, I'm okay with here.
So X Team has a much better win rate on this map.
Hasn't been something we said in a while. This map is super important. This match is super important.
Yes.
Winner of this, I mean, not only just gets more money, but they qualify for Worlds. This is a very important match. And neither of these teams have been on a global setting before.
Right.
I mean, none of them were at BlizzCon, none of them were at PAX, none of them were at Summer or Spring Championship. So this is not only just like a big chance to just, you know, make Worlds, but it's probably a lot of these guys' first times traveling.
These are teams that have been around in the Chinese scene for a little while, but it's been dominated for so long from Edward Gaming and E-Star, so it's really cool to see that, like in North America, some of the other teams are starting to rise up and have a good showing.
Well, the Ray God himself.
Sure enough. We'll be going in soon to game number 2. X Team leads 1-0 in this best of 5. And we're going to their choice of battleground in Tomb of the Spider Queen. He's like, don't film me, bro. Here we go! Game number 2.
Loading into game number 2. I'm about to sneeze.
Lost you early.
You tilted me. It's not coming anymore.
I know. It's like the meanest thing you can do is bless someone early because it makes it go away. Sorry. Here's X Team in the blue with Tao playing Malfurion Paradise, of course on Thrall Elegant playing Murden Yao Yao on False Data, Misaka playing Sylvanas. And in the red, OMG with BB playing Vala, Zhuyu playing Li Ming, Max on Rhaegar, Zizi on Johanna, and Sora TNT will be playing Zul.
And then...
Oh my god!
It is! Shit, man!
It's funny, but a bunch of people in chat actually predicted that that was going to happen. I cannot believe.
That's like predicting there's air outside. At this point, it's just gonna happen. There are no prophets.
It's elegant this time, though. Maybe. What happened? Well, we are, what is this, game 5 we've casted today? We are 5 for 5 in starting the game pauses. Oh, nope, it's not elegant. It's the stupid computer again. At this point, can we please just get this station a new computer? This player is just as unamused as we are.
What is that on his shirt?
Whose shirt?
OMG player. Had like a yellow symbol on his shirt.
Was it the OMG symbol?
I don't think so. Could have been.
I like the X team, like, letter jackets. It
Feels
just
like
looks that makes them look even more like the popular kids.
they're like a mix of leather jackets and cardigans.
Yeah, they're like light letter jackets. They still look pretty badass though. Minesweeper before the game.
Down by the bay. See, look at that guy. Second from on the second one.
The
What's that
yellow?
thing?
It's McDonald's.
It's not McDonald's.
It's I'm pretty sure those are the golden arches.
That was very like one of the arches got deflated or something.
Yeah, it's as deflated as our happiness over these pauses. Don't get excited, guys. Sometimes they just show this shot, even though we aren't actually going into the game. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Elegant and the dude. I think that's Paradise.
Para,
They don't have their headsets on.
I'm gonna put some Heroes music on. Last time I did that and we started right away. Oh, and I can read Bakery's tweet!
Something important. TLDR. We sucked at figuring out the meta and I was sick. AKA a bunch of Johns. AKA got bodied. AKA who cares if we're still going to Worlds. Yeah, that's not McDonald's at all. Hello? Gilly?
I'm reading the thing.
Dude, look at his pants. That is what are those? He's showing them to us. Those were definitely pajama pants. Like 100%.
I'm wearing pajama pants.
Yeah, but that makes sense. You're not at a studio right now. I'm not wearing any pants. Well, that is acceptable for the current environment we're in.
Nope.
What do you mean, nope?
It's never acceptable to not wear pants on
What do you mean?
when you're streaming and casting and stuff.
Why?
Because
I'm super comfortable right now. And I'm not on webcam.
it's still weird.
How's that weird?
You gotta wear pants!
Why?
What do you think are on those pajama pants? They look
I have
like
no idea. It is crazy.
it's either Mario faces or crabs. I can't tell.
You gotta be real careful with where that's going.
Okay, sorry. I raid World of Warcraft with 19 other people with no pants on? That's weird.
No slot.
It's weird.
What's wrong with being pantsless?
Because you're like you're basically socializing with people. It's the new form of socializing, but you don't have pants on.
Yeah. Neither King Gambit.
It's unacceptable.
I wear the combination of the two, Mr. King Gambit. Gilly, this is the year 2016. People are more open with each other.
Oh my gosh!
Oh! Good thing that this game started because this conversation was headed down a really fun path. Hungry Arabelle being picked up here by Vala.
Oh no!
Alright, I'm going to bed. Later, dudes. I agree, Mr. H316. I agree. By Malcations. Really, Zinti, you have nothing nice to say about me? I dressed up for you this morning. But he's just showing off those pajama pants to the world.
Bring back Puppy Cam, that is something that I can do. Arnold!
Arnold!
What are you doing?
Thanks, Zinti. He corrected his wrong. Love you. Arnold! I was supposed to meet him at DreamHack and you bailed on me. Yeah, I didn't get to meet him. Infinite tilt.
He's always sleepy, ogre.
She's not even listening to me. She's just zoning me
I'm
out.
sorry, it's not like you ever asked to come meet him. Oh, Arnold, don't do that on cam. That's not something that we do.
Do it.
He looks scared. No, he's just lazy. Oh, he's moving.
I have that hoodie.
Let's see if we can get him to do tricks. Arnold, pound it. Arnold. Do it. Pound it.
Arnold, poop.
No, he doesn't do that on
Arnold, poop.
Pound it. Arnold.
Arnold, ruin couch.
Pound it. Do it. Do it.
You rearrange your apartment?
We're always rearranging it. Do it. Pound it.
Why is there a couch there suddenly?
He won't do it. His breed is like supposedly really stubborn and he won't do tricks unless he thinks that he's gonna get a treat out of it.
Arnold, poop.
Oh, pound it. No, he barely did it. Pound it. Good job. He hates me now. Good job. Good dog. Well, guys, I have sufficiently entertained you for about 5 minutes of my dog not doing a trick and staring at me. What?
What do you mean, what?
Oh, I was getting a look. A sassy look from the dog.
The dog who you didn't let me meet.
I'm sorry.
Are you?
You didn't ever ask to come meet him.
No, I did.
No, you didn't.
I've always wanted to meet Arnold.
That guy's shirt's making me want McDonald's.
That guy's pajama pants is making me happy. I'm not wearing any.
You should have pants on.
You can't have me casting at 3 a.m. and expect me to put on pajama pants.
Yeah, you're totally right. That is just out of the question for you to wear pajama pants to a cast. How dare I?
You're forgiven. Just don't let it happen again.
No.
No.
Has anyone picked Tracer in competitive? They just did today for Europe. This is ridiculous. Why are we typing 1? Press 1 if no pants. There's too many 1s in this chat!
People just get it.
Put your pants on, people.
People just get it.
What if you accidentally turn your cam on?
Then you'd only see my upper body.
What if you accidentally turn your cam on while you happen to be getting up to go to the bathroom?
Then you'd have to be accidentally capturing my webcam too. There's a lot of accidental things happening that aren't gonna end up being the case.
Oh, these pauses! Up.
Told you this was gonna last till 10 a.m. my time.
It's ridiculous. Okay, here we go. So you were talking about the Hungry Arrow build.
Yeah. Vala won it.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say about it.
Okay.
Just wanted to point out Vala went Hungering Arrow build.
That would be Siphoning Arrow at level 1. We'll see if she continues that up with Puncturing Arrow later on. Moonburn for Malfurion will help out with his lane clear too. Oh, I like that. If they knew that Vala is going to be the person who has to go up against the Thrall too, it makes a lot of sense to go for that 1v1 style build.
It's also good risk the fall stead.
Yeah, for sure. It's called McDonald's Arrow build. Oh, there's the Wind Fury. Beam dodges the Feral Spirit. Gets hit by the Hammering and slowed down, but still Vala will survive. No first blood just yet.
Well, they wanted it. They were aggro for it.
They were.
Well, we'll see here how each team wants to get the advantage right now. Really good job from Zool, just keeping the pressure up. I mean, both these towers, both lanes are already almost out of ammo. Swass doing the best you can to stall it out, but oh wow, BBB getting Paradise. You need to start banning Thrall versus these guys.
Yeah. But still, the wave clear has been really good for OMG with Sora being on.
Such a good trade. That was such a good trade.
Are you watching?
I'm watching the
share?
screen share. Yeah.
Okay.
Elegant and Malfurion basically took all of Leeming's health by themselves.
Oh, yes. Okay.
It was a good trade.
I wasn't watching it.
Nice it.
I was watching something else.
Nice it.
Level 4 for both the teams. Barrel roll to get away from the Bone Prison. We've got to fight as Elegant starting to work on hitting Sora. Now Misaka may withering or haunting wave away. Looking at the talents, it is Puncturing Arrow, so continuing on with that build. Also, Eternal Retaliation, so really focusing on goodbye Vala. Really focusing on having Condemn up more often for Johanna. May follow that up with Battle Momentum or the Conviction to go along with it, giving the movement speed, but either way, making sure that she has more Night Takes Pawns to be able to help with their wave clear. Between that and Zool, they're doing a good job of really controlling these lanes.
Yeah, they're doing a fantastic job so far. See if they can keep this momentum going. This Malfurion skin, I don't know what it is, but it is tripping me up. I keep thinking it's an Abathur clone.
It's the Betrayer Malfurion. So it's like Illidan.
Did you know they're brothers?
Yeah? Did you know that they're in a love triangle?
Yeah. Such a sad story. Not really.
And a much better love story than Twilight. This is really good for OMG. Their wave clear has been excellent, and they really Elegant and the rest of X team have gotten a kill, but they're basically playing catch up constantly. And in that amount of time, OMG have nearly brought down a tower. But X Team get the first Web Weaver phase, and so this will relieve some of the pressure off of their lanes. We'll see how many towers they can bring down and how close they can get to their heroic abilities.
We'll see here how much damage they can do with this Gilly. It is a super powerful push. Misaka going to really highlight the value of Sylvanas here, or hopefully at least be able to do that. Taking a look at level 7 talents. Will we Pierce again on Murden? Which, again, I'm becoming more and more of a fan of. And probably will be the go-to level 7 in the next patch, which I believe comes out Thursday. And that's Tuesday, not Thursday.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds like Tuesday. Uh-oh, Paradise, no! There's the first kill for OMG as he was trying to help out. Oh, Yao!
Yao!
Why? Okay, well, that's 2 kills for OMG. And even though they lost the first Web Weaver phase, they are caught back up in experience and can now get a turn-in of their own.
They have enough? Yeah, they do. They have enough. So yeah, next turn in here for OMG. And we'll see how much they can do with it. Misaka going to be able to avoid the Zoria. Perfect timing there on that Haunting Wave.
It was really good. It will be Conviction for Johanna.
Yep.
Giving her that 25% movement speed bonus whenever her Condemn is charging up. Also, Jailers. I think before we've been seeing a lot of the Tragools for the mana pickup for Zul, but this time we're seeing the Jailers, so more of a single target damage for the person who's in that bone prison. And because of how much OMG got done in the top earlier with that good split push, this is a Web Weaver that's on top of the fort.
Well, good poke coming out so far from OMG. They should be able to get 10 with this push. They're doing a really good job of it. Web Weaver's almost cleared up here on top. Bottom is still got a ways to go, but Paradise is dealing with it. And that will be this Web Weaver going down. OMG's on the verge of 10. Sora getting very, very low, but X Team not willing to commit to that kill. Is they were a step away from 10. And they do have it now. Pretty standard heroics. Not going to be seeing random advantage this game. Going to be strafe from Vala.
Skeletal Mages from Zul. And heroics almost here for X Team. Very likely we'll be seeing everything super standard for them too. There they are.
Yeah, looking pretty normal here. This is where we'll see if the synergy is the same this game. Last game, Yao and Paradise had some fantastic Wailing Arrow Sundering combos. We'll see if Misaka can synergize with Paradise on the same level. They do have enough for a turn in here. They do catch Rhaegar out of position.
Oh, wow.
Wailing Arrow, and that was almost perfect there. Surprising to see Sora TNT still willing to contest this. They get the combo down onto Li Ming, and that will be Falsa trying to kill Zayu, and he does take her out. No value from the resets. Mighty Gust to push ZZTQ in. Misaka wanting to get Sora TNT, and this is a huge win for X Team. ZZTQ gonna fall as well. A 4-for-1 exchange.
That was beautiful by X Team. Yeah, they lost one person, but still, the individual play, capturing Misaka and Sylvanas is like my new favorite thing. Absolutely fantastic for them. They get a turn in with this too, and then it'll be still a few more seconds before everyone is up and ready to get back into position even. And that's giving some time for X Team to push the lanes up to the forts so they can get the Web Weavers up as far as possible. Stormbolt, and no, another kill as Rhaegar, who just came back up, gets taken out again. X Team is just playing this awesome.
Yeah, you know, just one of the more noticeable things, a balance change that has really impacted a lot of games is not being able to cast Ancestral on yourself.
Yeah.
Last 2 fights have been decided because of that, not being able to keep himself alive. Yao taking some damage here, but they're going to catch Sora. They have enough damage to kill him. Skeletal Mages come out. Misaka Haunting waving over. And that's a very dead Sora TNT. Max is actually going to go for the Ancestral, but does not end up connecting. That's level 13 picked up here for X Team. Web Weavers have secured the fort in mid. They're going to take the fort in top, and Web Weaver in bottom is cleaned up, but that fort in bottom is half HP. Sundering comes out. They get the Stormbolt onto, I believe that's Vala. Yeah, Vala's going to fall. Max is going to get taken out as well. And X Team is just dominating ONG right now. This is crazy.
Yeah, the Gust, it seemed weird to see the Gust into Sundering, but it worked so well because it kind of funneled them into one spot and then shoved them apart so they could get the Vala. So this is very amazing play. It's like they win one fight and then all of a sudden they're all over the place on OMG, or the OMG's falling apart or something, but this is really great for X Team. They get 2 forts and nearly grabbed a third in the bottom, and with Sylvanas it won't be difficult at all to claim that final fort. And they are well on their way to getting 16 talents, with OMG still struggling just to get to 13.
Yeah. X Team, though, they can't get, cocky. They have to be mindful. I know a lot of them are dreaming about qualifying for Worlds, celebrating with some corn on the cob, but that won't be the case
and
until
potatoes.
They win. No, just corn on the cob. Don't
Lots of potatoes.
Just corn on the cob.
Corn and potatoes.
Lexus
No,
comes
falls in!
out. All said needs to get the Mighty Gust. Nice use of Unstoppable, but that's not going to change anything. And actually, with Iron Skin down, they could contest. The Stormbolt's going to connect. Paradise taking a lot of damage from Li Ming. He is going to kite back. And,
That's good.
I like this disengage here from X Team.
Yeah, they got the Skeletal Mages used, Ancestral was used too, and then Blessed Shield. So they had a lot of things that were used and they still got away. And they want to continue to get away until they have 16 and then win another decisive fight. As OMG know that this is their only time really to try to get into a fight, and they're trying to make that happen. Sora may get caught for the rest of the members. A great Sundering, yet again a Wailing Arrow right on the back line, and Shuyu's in trouble, teleports away, but they lose the Zul. Disintegrate from the side, trying to help at least burn down some members, but Malfurion's healing has just been so on point, and another 3-man kill for X Team.
3-level lead here for X Team almost. They have Sylvanas with 3 members down. They could very easily get this keep, Gilly. First keep of the game. As long as they don't take serious damage from the Li Ming. 11 minutes in. And Zoia, wow, getting very low from the Chain Lightning Poke. He needs to be careful. Misaka, they're going to go ahead and back out. So they got some easy damage onto that. They got Webweaver spawning, so this should be a very easy keep. Everyone on the end of OG is alive now, but 16 versus 13, Gilly.
Yeah, 16 versus 13. Webweaver's pushing a Sylvanas with them too. Mighty Gust is up in case they want to get into a fight, and then know that they have the potential for disengaging if they need it. Sora is going to get body blocked by Elegant as he dwarf tosses over him. He gets away, but it's not without taking a lot of damage.
Pushing into this keep here. In the center, they should be able to get it with the Sylvanas. No kills in this push just yet. But this stalling out for X Team, I mean, they're happy with this. The Webweavers are getting value in other lanes. Bottom fort's just about to go down. And this is very close to dying. And good trades. I mean, that's what X Team's really doing, is they're punishing OMG for poor positioning and just coming out ahead in the trades when it comes to health. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
I didn't realize that that's China's glass cannon icon.
Yeah.
They have a different one. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I thought it was Cannoneer.
No, they, the skulls.
Yeah.
You're not allowed the censorship in China.
There's Tranquility healing through the strafe beautifully. X Team's still trying to move back though while they continue to heal up. Paradise throws out the Sundering just to buy them more of that time too, especially because he's hit by the Bone Prison. And then they get the kill on Zul. Elegant off to the side. Another kill. Misaka once again brings down Vala. And it's down to Shuyu and Max. X Team is ridiculous.
They were on the back foot. They were all completely low health, completely but that just shows you fighting 16 versus 14. It's pretty advantageous. Sylvanas is going to go down here. They're not going to end up getting Max nice juke on the Stormbolt, but 4-for-1 exchange. A lot of gems were lost on the end of OMG. They don't have enough for return, and now that's a trade that X Team is willing to make every single time.
Yeah, Misaka is totally a god, this game, Juggler Lady. That's why I love seeing Misaka on Sylvanas. Obviously, Yaya did a good job on her last game, but Misaka is... It's very clear that Misaka loves playing Sylvanas because, yeah, he makes the plays with her for sure. OMG trying to get level 16 now, trying to come back into this game, especially having lost a keep fairly early on. And with Bruisers pushing down that lane with the keep missing, that's something that OMG will have to think about and deal with. X Team probably know that they are working on these Bruisers now, seeing that there are a lot of people off the battleground, but they're okay with leaving them there and getting the Giants and getting more siege in other lanes.
Every time I see these giants taken, it's just like, wow, there are giants on this map.
You can surprisingly like forget about them and take a lot of damage from them though, especially when you're fighting over the turn-in points.
Yeah. You are correct.
And that's what we're going to see them doing too.
Yeah, that's pushing bottom keep, which again, if X Team gets another turn-in, which they're not too far off, only about 20 more gems, I believe. But they're going to not deny Sora. So they only need one more gem actually turned in, and OMG has one.
Yeah, it's just a matter of if they can get it. X Team don't necessarily want to get into a fight because they would love to get 20 before they get into an all-out brawl. But they will do it now knowing that Sora is gone, and especially because... well, the Ancestral heals him back up at least. So he's back.
But now that's down. Bless Shield's down as well. This is the fight they're looking for. They immediately take out Max. Max getting punished in every single fight. Pajama Pants not helping him out today.
There goes BB2 and another 3 for nothing.
It could be game.
Man, I talked about how OMG takes really decisive, huge team fights. There's a Mighty Gust. Goodbye, Sora. Shoo you two. You're going nowhere. Entangling Roots.
That should be game.
Man, I talked about how OMG was the one getting these ridiculously decisive team fights with 4 and 5 men down every time, but that is totally X Team, this match. They are wrecking, especially this game.
Yeah, they played phenomenally. That's going to be GG, game number 2, going over to X Team with a 2-0 lead.
You know what? I don't even mind that I was wrong. I don't even mind.
She don't even mind. Ask her if she minds, chat.
I don't mind at all.
She doesn't mind, so feel free to ask, because she don't.
Yeah, those were really good roots.
Yeah, like I said, I like the mouth pick. It just worked perfectly.
Well, yeah, and the minute Strafe gets popped, it's like, wow, that's cute. Here's some healing. Like, I cannot believe they turned that fight. That fight turn at top was beautiful.
Gilly, chat has questions for you.
What?
Do you mind?
I don't even mind.
She don't even mind, chat. Back
How
off.
salty are you that the pause was longer than the game? Why you gotta do that to me? Huh?
Why you gotta do that?
Why you gotta do that?
Why don't you ask her if she minds?
Winner goes to Worlds, yes. And if X Team can get one more game, that'll be them. The winner will also face E-Star in the Losers Bracket Finals. No surprise here.
Speaking of no surprise.
MVP's Paradise!
Yep.
Oh!
Yep.
I'm tired, guys. It's been a long day of pauses and then some games. Oh, Ghost Bear's wishing you a happy birthday, Zoya. Ghost Bear remembered. He hung up the call. Somewhere Chris Martin is crying, yeah. It's deserved. Hello.
Hello?
Sorry.
Yeah, the picture I used yesterday was dope as swag.
It was really good.
It's one they took at the secret Blizzard meeting.
Yeah, mine, I got it too, and it's really good. They did a good job. Guys, this is a novel concept, but what if they didn't have a pause at the beginning of the next game? Would you panic in chat? Would you panic? Send him a Skype call with video of you singing Paradise. I think he's probably heard enough of that song.
Can you disclose the meeting info? Yeah, they told us about crazy stuff that we're not allowed to talk about.
Why wasn't Misaka the MVP?
Because Sunders are OP.
The Sunders were great, but Misaka 1v1'd people all game long. You can say that, you can't just say that and then not show the photo? I don't know where, I don't have it anywhere.
What do you mean you don't have it anywhere?
Like, I don't have it posted where I can, like, send a link.
Why don't you show it on stream? Got you there.
I don't know how to do it. Okay, hold on. Let me work on this. I think maybe it would just show if I did this. Nope. What'd I do?
What did you do?
Oh, it's just giant.
Oh yeah, that happened to me when I put it in Ops 2. It was massive.
There you go. You said you wanted me to find it!
Mine's better.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Yours is pretty good, but I don't know.
Mine's better.
Mine has my new shirt.
Mine has my new hoodie. And my Temple Storm shirt from intodayam.com. And it has me.
I like your, like, smirk on yours.
Yeah. I got swagger like that. What do you mean, I'll swing on you, nerd. Throw some wicked bows. In fact, I'm wearing that hoodie you're wearing right now, except for like 3 sizes bigger.
I like this hoodie.
Probably more like 4 sizes bigger.
I like this hoodie.
I like that hoodie too. Are you gonna screen share with me?
Did it stop screen sharing? What?
It stopped screen share when I ended the call.
Oh.
What are you laughing at?
Chat.
Yeah. Chat cracks me up.
Yeah, that. Oh, Eiffels! I have that photo. It's this one. There's a glare.
Oh, yeah, the one that
Annie took.
Annie took, yeah.
She also gave me this one.
She always takes god tier pictures of you.
Yeah, and then she gives them to me. What else do I have on my desk I can show you guys while we're waiting for forever for the next draft?
Why is that picture mirrored?
What picture?
That one right there. It's mirrored.
What?
It's flipped.
Where?
The one that you held up, the group one.
This one? The group one?
We were on the opposite sides. That's backwards.
Well, because my webcam's flipped or something. I don't know.
Jake tilts me.
Why, because he's making a dork face or because he's squatting?
He's squatting.
Can you guys see Zoya's face? It's my favorite one in the... Jake's face is pretty funny too.
I look like I'm gonna murder someone. That is a picture that ends up on Dateline NBC. That is.
I think
That
it
is
looks like a missing
terrifying.
person's picture, like that you
is-
would see on a milk carton.
That is pictures you send to. I can't go anywhere
Hello?
with that. I can't go anywhere with that. That is indeed terrifying. She took a good picture of us casting together.
Yeah, she did. I like that one too.
I don't remember where that one is.
Didn't you?
I think I tweeted
You
it.
sent it to me too, I think. Let me look. I don't know. Every time I'm like, oh, you sent me something, and then I start going back through and I realize how much we talk. And I'm like, okay, so it's just going to take me like 20 years to find this.
Yeah, you ain't gonna find it.
Did you know that it starts at 1:30 a.m. tomorrow morning?
Yeah, that sucks.
Or is it 1? 1 or 1:30?
I think it's 1. Oh, I found the. Oh no, that wasn't taken by her. I don't think. That was taken by a fan that was there. I found the picture on Twitter. Why are you giggling? Yeah, that's basically where I was going with it. Call it the. There's the tweet. That's the picture I'm talking about.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
I wonder what was happening that would make us freak out like that.
I think we're freaking out. We're just leaning forward because that TV was so freaking small and so far away. Oh, we got a map. We stalled long enough.
Woo! We're going to the battlefield! The battlefield!
We're going to the battlefield.
You know that song that's like, why does love always feel like a battlefield?
Nope.
You don't know that one?
Nope.
That map reminds me of it every time.
Going to the battlefield. OMG, the first pick, first ban, as this was X Team's map. Banned the Thrall.
Yeah,
Do it.
Tar, you have to get them like pretty early, so they're probably just trying to apply just in case. But maybe they're just so confident too. They should be the way they're playing. Okay, lost the ban. Well, we'll see the Illidan.
Pick Thrall. First pick Thrall. Stop letting Paradise get Thrall.
That was a really good cheer.
Pat Benatar. First pick the Thrall.
Oh yeah, there is a Love is a Battlefield. There's another song too. Love is a battlefield.
First pick the Thrall. First, come on chat. First pick the Thrall.
They're gonna get Thrall, the next team's gonna get like Sonya Sylvanas.
Yeah, but they can't let Paradise get the Thrall.
This could be Para! He didn't do it.
Whatever. Well, X Team gets Thrall.
Thrall and Sylvanas?
That's like, what, 9 games in a row? The Paradise has been on Thrall? Shocker! They picked Thrall, blah, 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 blah.
Did you know that you were on the pep squad in high school?
That was the exact opposite of that. I was the kid that slept in the hallways in high school. Sleeping is nice.
Sleeping is great.
Pepping is not nice.
So Thrall...
Unless you're putting pepper on
Okay,
corn on the cob, then pepping is nice.
Why do you want corn on the cob so bad?
Why not?
I'm so tilted.
Doesn't it just sound great?
Do you know what sounds great? Brownies.
No.
Oh my god, I had the best ice cream of my life last night. It was so good. Okay, so that's good. They're going to take Sylvanas away, so at least they don't have both Sylvanas and Thrall.
Uther, maybe? I'd like to see OMG deny to the Uther. Or I mean, it doesn't matter which one they deny. Like, they just need to pick one support and ban the other.
Ban the other.
They need to make sure X-Team doesn't get Uther with the Thrall. Grilled corn on the cob is amazing. With some melted butter, absolutely. With some pepper on that. Chat gets it, Gilly. You don't.
Hey, I grew up on a farm. I know what it's like to eat corn on the cob. It's delicious.
She grew up on a farm. Nerd!
Doesn't that make me the opposite of a nerd?
Nerd! What a dork.
Did, like, farm things? Dang, they're going hard on Paradise. They take the Thrall, they ban the Sonya. They don't take the Thrall. We thought they were going to take the Thrall. They banned the Sonya. What? I'm confused.
Huh. What are you freaking out about? You're confusing me.
They're going to pick Artanis.
I mean, maybe. There's a large possibility of this.
No, they're not.
They can still go Artanis here.
Elegant plays him. When they picked it, they had Elegant on him.
I'm just saying, there's a chance, though.
No! How can I root for a team that doesn't have Artanis?
Very easily. Like this. Go X-Team. See?
But they have such a cool comp.
I guess.
Falstad, Sylvanas, Artanis.
Karazim?
Even Karazim, though, is good for Battlefield.
Yeah, dog.
I would pull for OMG so we can get more games in a normal situation, but when there's a 20-minute break between every single game, oh goodness.
It's already 8 a.m.
Yeah, and we've been here for...
Ever.
Yes.
It's Tickety Tychus. Hell, it's about time for corn on the cob. Yeah, Carl.
I had my mic.
X-Team does not do well on this map. And I'm surprised by this.
It was their pick.
They pick this map. They have a 22% win rate, and they're the ones that brought OMG.
Why, they've only won 2 out of the 7 games they've been here. One of those, though, was the Artanis
2 of the 9
build.
games they've been here.
2 of the 9 games that they've been here, because math. One of them was the Artanis game, though, and I feel like they were maybe headed that way, and something happened.
Mean someone else picked Artanis?
Yes. DreamHack EU just had one of the best boss fights I've ever seen. I can't wait to watch it.
I'm watching it right now.
What? You're supposed to be focused on casting.
The draft's over.
Yeah, but the game's about to start.
But the pit of throws.
I see your priorities.
It's not my fault. I'm not the one that scheduled 2 regionals at the exact same time.
I don't think anybody.
Oh, it's somebody's fault. I blame Sia Steve. Sounds like him.
I can't wait to take a nap after this.
Can't wait to go into an eternal slumber till 1 a.m. tomorrow. I actually have to be up at 3 o'clock for work. And then 4 o'clock for work.
Here's Zoia. We're gonna have a fill in the blank ready. Why does love always feel like a...
X Team is beautiful.
It's Battlefield! We're going to Battlefield!
You know why it's called Battlefield of Eternity, Gilly?
Because it's an eternal battlefield.
Because we're going to be paused for an eternity because Gold League hates us.
No! Okay, here we go. The big test. And the blue. On their money pigs, it's X Team with Tao playing Rhaegar, Paradise on Thrall, Elegant on ETC, Yao Yao playing Tychus, and Misaka playing Li Ming. And in the red, it's OMG with Beam BB playing Falstad's Shuyu, playing Sylvanas Max on Karazim, ZZ on Muradin, and Sora TNT will be playing Artanis. Okay, the pause always comes in right here. Is it going to happen?
I'm not speaking until a pause happens.
So I'm going to solo cast this game? So you're sighing, but you can't speak? Corn on the cob is the worst food in the world. It is so crappy, guys. Don't ever eat it. I thought that would get him.
I'm not a 3-year-old, Gilly. I don't get baited by such things. Well, take a look at these talents here. I'm really excited to see the Tychus again. I mean, we've seen it a lot from MVP Black. We saw one game with E-Star on it. And now X-Team.
Did you have to stop because you yawned?
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-oh, Elegance power sliding in aggressively,
Wow.
despite the fact that he was taking a lot of damage there, but still going to be able to get out.
Sphere.
Shrug it off for Tychus. That's the resistance after you use run and gun. So not the same, not what we saw MVP Black using for Tychus on this map. Also Ether Walker for Li Ming. So that teleport, you can use it, I believe, more often. If you don't take damage, then it's free or something like that, or reduced cooldown. But Amateur Opponent is the big deal, of course, at level 1, as it does extra damage to non-heroics when you use those twin blades.
Well, we'll see here how this Immortal phase is going to go. Elegant is contesting OMG's Immortal, and they're going to be on it pretty quickly. A lot of damage going down the Muradin and Rip, First Blood, X-Team deleting the Cappuccino, but they're losing the race.
Yeah, they are. It's going to be it's fairly close. Muradin's going to be back in a few seconds. I think a lot of this will depend on where the placement goes. It's going to be in the aggressive position, so they're just going to try to race as fast as they can. Even if they don't end up winning it, it still will be very small shielded, and in that way they can deal with it pretty fast. Actually, yeah, they get it.
Yeah, despite being small shielded though, there is a Sylvanas with it, so the damage could be severe if X-Team doesn't defend properly. And you're right.
Thanks.
Yeah. Interesting positioning here from X-Team. They're very late to the rotation top to defend against the Mortal.
Yeah, that's strange, especially because of Sylvanas. They cannot take that for granted that OMG have that, because whereas this Immortal was very low shielded, they're still about to lose their fort because she's Sylvanas. She can turn off the structure and it's not helping with the defense. So they're at least going to try to win this team fight, but Elegant taking some damage. Sora going in for the Blade Dash, gets the shield overload, but gets taken out. Elegant will fall too, so 1 for 1, but there's the 2 for 1 as Muradin falls. They're going after Max, Shuyu too, as they switch the overkill. And that'll be all the kills that they get, but still, that was a lot more than they should have gotten.
Oh, no, were they? You know?
Yeah.
I am on a yawn spree. Yeah, that was a lot more than they got, and that's why you can never sleep on the Sylvanas on this map. Doesn't matter how much health it has, whenever there's no structures to help kill it. Those things are pretty dang powerful, yo.
Exactly. I can't tell the color of that, but I'm pretty sure that that's Templar Zeal for Artanis. They're like really hard to tell. One is like a brown background and one is like a blue-ish background. I can't really tell. Either way, he's buffing his Blade Dash.
I think that's lethal.
Alacrity.
But I can't tell.
That is weird. It's like the place where you tell is down at the bottom. Alright, well, this Immortal phase is done. Both teams are level 7. They have their talents. They're working on their bruisers, so they'll have those pushing when the next phase starts. Like Elegance and the rest of X team are holding off on capping these.
Holding off on cap and Mies. X team with a slight experience lead despite the loss of that fort. Just shows you the power of those kills. Nice power slide actually, doing a lot of damage to Muradin. And we'll see how this phase is going to go. OMG getting the jump on the Immortal. Already getting it down pretty low. Nice power slide going in. Sword TNT taking a lot of damage as well as Elegant. The Spaghetti swap happens. Elegant going to go down. He does. All Misaka needs is one kill, though, and the resets are going to be there, but doesn't matter. Thrall falls as well, trying to kite back. Zayu in trouble.
I was going to say, Misaka should be able to continue throwing out the poke, but I do think that that's Templar Zeal because she has, or Artanis has those up really often, and that's the reduced cooldown on it when you're below 50% health on the Blade Dash.
I can't tell at all.
I know, I'm so tilted that I can't tell either. It's annoying the crap out of me. Anyway, the Immortal phase is being won once again by OMG. X team having lost somebody. Now they have everyone back. Thrall is up in the lane, and they are looking for defending, especially since they're pretty close in experience. They don't have to really worry about them getting a heroic abilities earlier. Sora gets thrown in and goes for the swap with the Phase Prism. Elegant, again, is going to be burned down before anyone from OMG falls, and now they're going after Paradise too. A good Dwarf Toss from ZZ allows them not only to get out, but body blocking a little bit for Paradise, but Misaka was having none of that and gets another kill.
Yeah, but they're going to get the Immortal Gilly. It's so low. And this is an 100% health, 100% shield Immortal for OMG. And they'll have Sylvanas with this. OMG showing the power of their draft here. Having the Supreme Siege damage in the Sylvanas. Really paying off for them.
Yeah, I'm guessing they'll be able to put a lot of damage on the keep towers.
Yeah. Unless they can get a kill on the Zayu right now. Mm-hmm. Which is what Elegant's looking for.
All teams have heroic abilities. Still considering for
Odin.
Artanis. There's the Odin. It's being commandeered.
Is it?
It is. It's Commandeer Odin. Suppression Pulse is the choice of heroic ability for Artanis. It is available. They're waiting out the Odin. There's an aggressive fly. BB pushes in, and that's a big mighty gust as the Wailing Arrow comes out, and here comes the fight. The swap hits Paradise, who gets healed up by the Ancestral Healing Suppression Pulse, hitting a lot of the members of X Team. Elegant gets a big mosh pit, but the follow-up wasn't quite there yet. But with the Sundering, they do get a kill on Artanis. It's a 1-for-1, and ZZ is very low from all of this damage from the Tychus. But still, this Immortal was so healthy that they've gotten the towers in front of the keep, and that's got a great experience advantage for OMG.
Yeah, really late Sundering there from Thrall. I feel like there was a lot of times earlier on that it could have been used to try and get value, but he saved it till basically when Elegant was already dead. So they weren't able to secure any kills. Kills are now 5-7 in favor of X Team, but OMG is so in such a good position. The good thing going for X Team is they didn't lose any keeps. So they're still technically, not insanely far behind. but based off these comps, it's really easy to tell how better drafted this is for this map for ONG.
Right. And it's a really important thing to do for Battlefield of Eternity because the battleground objective is so strong. It's, it's like when Sylvanas first came out and Haunted Mines was still in the pool, and she was just so highly prioritized or banned because of what she could do with those golems. And that's what we've been seeing a lot here in China, is the same sort of emphasis on this map. OMG are getting pretty close to their level 13 talents. They picked up a mercenary camp in the top, and X Team, after realize that the rotations are coming in now, they can pick up their bruisers at least. That will help with that bottom lane, and especially keeping the minions off of that vulnerable keep. But even so, they're still a full level behind getting 13, and the Immortal phase is going to be starting pretty soon.
OMG, just about to hit 13. Pretty big advantage right now. See if X Team can catch up in time. They should be able to, as they're already about halfway there. 14 seconds, so it looks like they'll be just a little bit late. They just can't be slow in the rotation. They have to get to the Immortals right away, and that's why you see them rotating already, just giving up the chance to soak till 13, because they kind of just have to get on this right now, because the siege damage from OMG is just so much better. Look how fast that dropped.
Mm-hmm. I like the safe talent choices at 13 that OMG picked up. We have the Static Shield for Falstad. Also Phase Bulwark, which is helping Artanis winning as Shield Overload up against ability damage, which would be really great versus the Leeming. And even the Wind Walker? What's the name of that? I forgot it. For Sylvanas.
Wraithwalker?
Huh?
Wraithwalker?
Is that it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember. My brain. It's too early or late or whatever it is, but even whatever it is, the X Team is about to lose another Immortal, and the shield is still really good.
It's Windrunner.
Windrunner, there we go.
I
knew it was
cheated.
Wind something.
I cheated.
I can't, you know what? I couldn't stop thinking of Wind Waker. Which is not what it is.
Nope, that's very different. Max almost getting caught out of position there, but the Feral Spirit just not barely able to connect. So Sweetie Swap happens. And everyone on the end of X Team is very split there. Essential healing used. Zoia gets hit with a Divine Palm. First time actually Palms connecting. A beautiful mosh pit from out of this, but that's going to be the death of Artanis. And wow, it's almost a complete wipe here. Murder gets the Dwarf Toss over the wall. A 2-for-0 exchange. The cleanse was almost perfect from Karazine to get Sylvanas out of that, but she just barely wasn't able to move out of it. But still, Gilly, we've seen time and time again on this map, winning team fights does not matter. E-Star was winning a lot of the fights, had majority of the kills on this map versus MVP Black, but all that matters is just getting the map objective, and X Team can't win that. They need to get kills right before an objective spawns.
Yeah. I think like 2 people walked into that mosh, maybe. The positioning was really good for sure. The choke and where it was at, but still, that was really good for them. I'm surprised they didn't get more kills off of it other than just 2. But at least they were able to keep their keeps alive, as always, and they'll have another time frame where they can get their bruisers and again allow them to push in the bottom, especially once they can clear out those Khazra. But OMG are looking for the fight. They want to get in here now, as we see Max even coming around too. X Team just trying to bait them out. They have a lot of their heroic abilities down, but they do have Sundering if they need it.
The important thing is they need to hit 16 or be as close to OMG as possible before the next Immortal phase. Part of the reason why they're unable to contest when an Immortal spawns is the last 2 times they've been down a talent tier as an Immortal spawns. They need to be on even tier.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to aggress, they need to at least be on even tier or ahead. And at this rate, ooh, I like this. Waiting for them to go out of vision here. And they're going to go for a gank. Elliot Wilson in the bush. They get a lot of damage on the Thrall. Or Murden. He gets the Dwarf Toss out there. Parasite has to kite back. Doing a good job of trading so far. Are they going to have to use the Ancestral here? Sundering is used.
And Yaya's going to go down. That was a great Mighty Gust on 2 members, too, to try to catch up. They can't get to Paradise now, and he's going to go down. A Mosh Pit again hits members, and with Misaka in the back, there is one of the resets. Hits another one, a big orb onto Sora, but Tao goes down, and Elegant follows. Only Misaka is alive, and they should be able to chase her down. One hammering, Shadow Dagger, and that will be a complete team wipe of OMG,
Keeps going to fall very quickly. 8 seconds on Tychus. They're looking like they want to go for it. Sword TNT's already onto it. Minion Wave is coming in. But it looks like OMG not out of this yet, guys, as Tychus is up. It's still 8 seconds on Thrall, 20 seconds on Li Ming, 80% on the core. Yaya going for the Odin, but with the blind coming out, I don't think it matters at all. GG, OMG, not going to get 3-0'd today. It's now a 1-2 set.
X Team wanted to fight there because they knew OMG was slightly ahead for 16, and especially if they could get kills before the Immortal phase, then they would weaken their ability to win in that race. But they didn't have all of their heroic abilities. Everything was up, but Mosh Pit wasn't quite up yet, and so they initially nearly took out Murden, but not getting the Murden, and then having to back up, and then that really good gust that segregated 2 members away from Paradise long enough for OMG to pick up that kill. It was really good play by them throughout the game, but especially good drafting for the map.
Yeah, and that's probably why X Team has such a low win rate on this map. Is maybe they just don't understand how to draft on it. Push is very, very important.
Well, it's 2v1 now in favor of X Team still. No pause in that game now. It's pretty cool.
Most cool score on the Cub.
That's okay, Frown. OMG had Artanis. It's hard not to cheer for an Artanis. Music just randomly changed in volume.
Nice.
Is this still going on? Yep. Are they ever going to nerf Sylvanas so her basic attacks can't shut down buildings without some talent? I doubt it, since that's her trait. Think they would nerf other aspects first. Seneca, it's been going on since 3 a.m. Pacific time. Malcations, have you had the McDonald's pancakes? They're delicious. That's pretty fast.
Almost fell asleep. My head was in my arms.
I noticed you weren't talking.
Yeah. 8 a.m. 8:30 almost.
Okay, X Team, let's close this out.
What is the map, Gillyweed?
Sky Temple. Falstad Illidan, go.
Falstad, Illidan, go. Hello? Why are people talking about McDonald's?
Because that guy's shirt.
That sounds good. I tell you, when we were in Austin, it was me, Miwa, and iDream sharing a room one night. That's when I was sing-talking in my sleep.
Oh, yeah.
But the next morning, we ordered McDonald's, and we ordered 100 chicken nuggets, and they only showed up with 40.
What?
Yeah.
You can order 100 chicken nuggets. Can you give like any arbitrary number, or is it like?
We got 5 orders of the 20-piece nugget.
And they only brought 2 orders?
They only brought 2. It was for me, Calf, Dream, Miwa, and K1 Pro. And they only showed up with 40 over the 100.
That's rude.
Yeah.
Did you complain, or did you not realize?
I mean, we complained. iDream got a refund on the nuggets that were missing.
Okay, so they are prioritizing Sylvanas over Thrall now.
Pick, throw, deny the throw, Sylvanas in this combo. Hello? Yeah! Paradise denied.
If we go to a game 5, because
I
of
will
you,
actually fall asleep.
I know, I'm gonna punch you.
Yeah, 60 nuggets missing. I don't know how you miss that many nuggets. I understand missing, like, an order of fries or, like, a single burger. But there's a noticeable difference between 40 nuggets and 100 nuggets. Tilting.
Okay, X team. What are you gonna pick? Maybe ETC here.
Uther ETC, maybe?
Yeah. But then they're gonna get Sonya banned against them.
X Team run to Haka at all?
I don't remember Elegant playing Dahaka. I thought I was always Kite. Ooh.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Zeratul.
Mm-hmm.
Will they lock in the Abathur now? This is the comp we watch Cloud9 body Gale Force Esports with. This is Vlada Zeratul Abathur. I believe we were casting that together on this map.
Were we?
I believe so. Might have been with Jake, actually. Game's become a blur.
Uther ban. OMG's gonna get their first pick of both Warrior and of Support, which is a nice win. But X Team is controlling a lot of the damage, with the exception of Thrall. OMG can get Rhaegar here, and... who? Greymane? Lola? Kael'thas. I haven't seen a lot of Kael'thas, though.
Maybe,
Hello?
maybe Greymane?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Good call.
Yeah. All right. So that draft looks good. X Teams looks good too.
ETC or Dahaka, more than likely ETC.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll get a stage dive. It's a cat. It just sounds like a cat when you do it every time.
I sound exactly like you do.
No, you don't. You sound exactly like a cat. In that case, a very angry cat.
Maybe the Brightwing, but more than likely the Karazim.
Yeah.
There it is.
It was a good palm last game.
I
But I think it was more on the end of it shouldn't have been procced than it was a super clutch palm, if I remember correctly.
I want to drink more Monster, but then I'm not going to be able to sleep right after this. So it's like a really awkward situation of doing it or not.
What if you drink like a quarter of a Monster?
There is no drinking quarters of monsters.
I would love some monster. I'm dying.
She's dying. JC Gillyweed Gluck.
Well, this map looks better for X Team. Why did they pick Battlefield?
Because they're trying to drag.
Hello? E-Star was always number 2 world IMO. I mean, yeah, they didn't have Zhao Ti at the global finals. I think he is definitely the one who inspires the team and also is who people fear a lot in the team too.
Gorgeous.
Elegant.
Right there.
There he is, there he is, there he is, there he is. Goodbye.
And then there's this guy over here.
Why aren't the
Put
guys
on your jacket.
Yeah, why aren't the guys at the
nerds.
end wearing their jackets?
Zoya Moonlight as a lounge singer? No. I Moonlight as...
Bye!
Bye.
You moonlight as what? Hello?
Huh?
You said
What do
I
you
moonlight as and then stopped.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. Is it as a spy? You're a secret agent? What was that shirt? Did you see that shirt? It had like a monkey on it.
Nice.
Ugh. Alright guys, here we go into game number 4 between OMG and X Team. Winner of this match not only faces E-Star in the losers finals, but qualifies for the Summer Global Championships at DreamHack Sweden. In the blue is X Team, with Tao playing Karzi and Paradise on Zeratul, Elegant on ETC, Yaoya playing Leeming, and Misaka playing Sylvanas. And there's no game sounds.
Nice.
Sorry. Here's OMG in the red with BB playing Tassadar Shuryu on Greymane, Max playing Rhaegar, ZZ playing Muradin, and Sora TNT on Thrall. Turn the music up, people. We'll see how these teams start to set up. You okay, buddy?
I keep coughing.
Oh, a very early aggressive tower in the mid can help them out with that first temple phase later on. We'll see how the teams start to set up around not only the watchtower, but in the first laning phase. Knowing that the first temple phase is going to be top and mid, usually you want to put your solo laner, a good solo laner in the bottom. So see who gets that, who draws that short straw for X Team. I can actually rotate down and try to get Greymane potentially. Or even just some towers with a big push.
Yow Yow gets the dismount, but no follow-up from Elegant for the power slide. Not today. Good push down here. I like the rotations from mid to top. Just really splitting up the aggression here. And the aggressive scouting from Elegant's helping out a lot. Top lane, it's Zeratul versus the Thrall, which Thrall will win that lane without support.
Right.
For the Zeratul.
But it's a temporary thing. They're just really trying to get those rotations wherever they can to get some early structure damage for their temple phase later on. Which, by the way, the first one is about to start in the mid and the top.
In the mid and the top. Well, looks like X Team wants to contest the middle one here, but so does OMG. No one contesting top just yet. Zeratul's going to get a few of those shots, but another team really getting a foothold here in the middle. Elegant going to force them to back off. Greymane finally rotating up. Zeratul getting a decent amount of shots in the top lane so far, but Thrall has not fully contested it yet.
Leeming is still in the bottom. She's just now rotating up too. OMG's holding on to that middle temple and top one. Well, it's been looking really good for them, but the rotations are coming up from X Team. The Watchtower giving view of that to OMG for Thrall to back off. So OMG are just going to pick up the mid one and be very content with that, while the top is held by X Team. OMG's will be done faster, but they may not have time to rotate fully up to the top and try to steal away the final few shots. We'll see if they try to do that or not.
I don't think they'll have time.
Yeah.
Looks like it'll just be a trade here. The next team evens up the experience here, doing a lot of damage to Thrall, actually. Here comes Yao Yao. Nice rotation from Max, though.
Elegant gets hit by a couple of stuns. BB has even rotated up, but Greymane has gone down to the bottom. So they just want to make sure that they're keeping up with the lane soak, making sure that there's never a time while Sylvanas is getting too much free push, too, as she can be really, really valuable here, not only because there's a boss in the bottom lane, but anytime you can take out some of the structures and you save shots from the temples later on, they can go on to the more important structures like forts and keeps. And the core, of course.
Well, we'll see here how these teams will play the early game. When it comes to team fights, I definitely think X Team has the better composition. OMG, they have to execute close to perfectly to be able to secure a kill versus the Karazim. And they have to play around Divine Palm very carefully. But outside that initial combo, as they do get a gank here on Zeratul, nice kill.
That'll give them their level 7 talents. Battle Momentum is the pickup for Muradin. And again, with the static charge for Tassadar. That is so interesting.
Yeah, it's twice today we've seen that. Was it both from this set? I believe it was.
Yeah, it was.
Both OMG? Huh. That's interesting, because, yeah, they don't go the second strike. They go, they still go double E. So it's very interesting.
Maybe they just don't really feel like they need the leeching plasma, although you would think with both Greymane and Thrall that they would want to get it. Especially for Greymane.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. OMG is going to have to keep up this aggressive momentum. The rotations getting picks. There's a Shrine Ace spawning down here. And OMG's actually going to invade the Giants. That's actually huge for them.
Yeah, they've been able to really push back Sylvanas very effectively in this early game. They've got a little bit of a level lead, but importantly, they also have a really good setup for the second temple phase, as they already have people starting to pick up that temple. There's a lot of people up top for X Team. They might try to just give it up and push top, take down a fort for themselves, and give that one up, just continuing to soak the lanes, especially since they are behind, like I said, in experience. They're starting to move in there, so yeah, I think that's going to be the plan for them. It's not ideal to have to give up a temple, but if they get a fort off of it still, at least they will keep up pretty close with experience.
Let's see what damage they can do. It's really starting to show in the experience. OMG is starting to pull ahead as this fort is getting close to going down. They catch Tassadar down here, but BB are going to be able to back out. And OMG with a half-level lead right now. And apparently in games that there are no pauses, the team we want to win loses.
I'm surprised they didn't go after the fort.
Yeah, they're just playing safe. There are heroics picked up by OMG. Nothing out of the ordinary here. We'll see what X Team plans to do when they have their heroics. We've seen some great synergy between Paradise and the Sylvanas players in the last games. Thrall Wailing Arrow. Will we see the same with the Void Prison Wailing Arrow?
Yeah, that's a pretty classic combo. And like you said, they have this synergy, the potential for synergy there between the teammates. Once again, they're going back up for that top fort. You start to use a Disintegrate on it to burn down the minion wave too, but they're going to get collapsed on, and Zeratul is in the bottom. This could be troublesome. A stun hits Elegant. He power slides back to his team. Here comes Beam BB2. Zeratul is still a lane away, and a perfect force wall in Sundering separates both Elegant and Karazim from the team, and that'll be 2 quick kills for OMG.
Yeah, very good aggression from OMG. Like you said, Zeratul was just in the bottom lane, so they knew they had the ability to collapse, get 2 kills. Now they're a full level up, Gilly, and next team going to be struggling to find a window of opportunity to get back in this game, as this map is very snowbally, and once you have a lead, it's very easy to maintain it, especially when it comes to those shrines. Especially since OMG will probably have level 13 for the next shrine phase.
Yeah, structurally OMG are also ahead, which means that they've got a little bit more for their team's life. But the next phase is a double temple phase, so it's maybe something where X Team can trade out on. There's the Void Prison. Everyone is here. What can they do off of this? They have a Wailing Arrow, and there it comes out as they didn't use a Wailing Arrow. They didn't even need to. They had a Mosh Pit instead, and that was two very fast kills right away for X Team 2. Disintegrate, burning down ZZ. They don't take him out, but they'll take the fort and go right to one of the temples.
Well done there from OMG, or X Team. Securing this, because like I said, you didn't even need to use the Wailing Arrow. Divine Palm wasn't used. Just really good counter engage from X Team, and now they're starting to even the experience, only down half a level now. But when it comes to structures, they're kind of even right now. Looks like they might want to contest bottom though, force OMG off.
Yeah, they know that there's only one person that was up, probably down there, at least initially. They have more too, but Zeratul can kind of sneakily look around and see if who all is there, and they've left him there. Some members are starting to push X Team off, using those 13 talents to bully X Team just a bit. But there is a power slide into an orb and disintegrate, and Sora TNT is already in trouble. Tassadar is not here. This is a 5-on-4, but without Void Prison, without Mosh Pit, there's a lot of heroics that X Team really want to have for those big team fights that they don't have at this point.
OMG coming out ahead though in that trade, and Paradise going to rotate bottom. He's going to get the last of these shots, actually, so that's just going to help out just a little bit. But that's all 3 forts down for X Team. And OMG is in a pretty advantageous position. This is Cray.
Yes. There's no Mosh. There's a Void Prison. Sundering's up, too. OMG are going to continue this. Maybe that was the plan all along, is X Team was going to burn it down enough to see if they could maybe...
I can't believe it's happening.
Okay, there's the Sundering, there's a Force Wall, a big Void Prison, and now they're burning... Oh, Sora TNT just melts under the pressure of the Disintegrate. ZZ still on top of the cap point, gets healed by the Ancestral Healing, but Beam pretty low. Elegant now getting taken out. He'll go down, and with that, the boss gets taken, but Paradise, no, he gets back onto the point, and somehow they're trying to make this work. Paradise is going to go down, or does he? The Divine Palm procs, and now they might be able to do this. They get max down, the orb goes out, doesn't hit Tassadar, but the Disintegrate will. The boss goes to OMG, but the team fight to X Team.
I'm curious as to why Elegant died. Divine Palm was up, and he had about 2 seconds left on Mosh Pit. If they would have used Divine Palm to save Elegant, that would have been a completely different fight. I have to go back and watch the fight. I don't know what happened that prevented Kerosene from using Divine Palm on ATC, but would have been very different if that would have happened.
That was weird. That was pretty crazy. Paradise getting on to the point at the last moment using Divine Palm. That was pretty nuts. But they did lose the boss. They cleared it up pretty fast, though. There wasn't any big push along with it. And now everyone's back up, starting to get their heroics back to not Divine Palm. Void Prison will be here pretty soon, and that's the big one for X Team. And both teams nearly to 16, too. So they've made this very, very even, with the exception of structures, and the X Team are even trying to even that out, too.
Well, they're doing the best they can. Double Shrine in top and mid. Looks like they're wanting to force this fight, though. Everything is up except for Disintegrate, so X Team is in a good spot to fight this. Elegant taking a lot of poke. Their power slide comes in, they get the Mosh Pit.
Oh, wow!
Inside of it, and that's going to be the deletion of Thrall. But, leaving Blinks over the wall. Nice bait to Greymane. Greymane goes over the wall with the Haunting Wave, or the, go for the throat. Special use on Murdet, and this should be the fight for OMG.
Paradise has run off. They used Divine Palm on him too, and it didn't get proc, which was really good for OMG. They take out Li Ming. Tao running away. Can he get there? Max is on the chase. And a great Earthgrass Totem. That should be the end of Tao as the rest of the team members catch up to him. And Stormbolt will make sure he doesn't get away. That was a crazy fight.
Yeah, really well done from OMG. They're up kills 9-8 now. They're up structurally. They're going to be able to control a lot of the shots here on these first two shrines. As you still got 28 seconds on Kerosene.
This is going to be a lot of pressure if X Team can't take one of these away pretty quickly, as they're both working on the keep structure. Still 1-4, about half of its health left for OMG's side, and again, that's your team. That's your team's health when you have you're on a battleground where your structures take direct damage from the objective. X Team are picking up their bruisers at least, knowing they have to wait until they can get more people back up. They're a level down, which sucks, but it's still a while until OMG can get 20, so they can fight. They just need to find a place to do so.
They're looking for it. They want to go for it, but they just took some serious damage. It's 2 keeps now, Gilly. Very, very low. But again, it's not the end of the world. They didn't lose a keep. And this fight, they have a Sylvanas, so, you know, all it takes is them winning one boss later on with a Sylvanas, and they can go core. Sword TT to get some light damage, but not the best follow-up from the rest of X Team. And they're really not utilizing the Zeratul very well. They're getting some good Void Prisons, but outside of that, you know, he's not getting the best poke. That's one of the powers of Zeratul, just being able to dive in, get a combo off on Thrall and Wormhole out before you take damage. And that's what they're really missing, is the additional poke that Zeratul brings to these fights.
Yeah, he even has Vorpal Blade this time, which is not what we saw last time. There was a Zeratul today. Final fort for OMG will drop, giving a little bit of experience to X Team, but they're still behind. There's Paradise trying to do what you're talking about with the poke. Muradin has to Dwarf Toss away back to the team. Use Disintegrate to clear out the wave of minions and put some damage on the members of OMG. And nicely, they do at least get them to use their well tap, so that's something.
Well,
I'm worried about this bridge.
Yeah, this is a bad spot to be in here. Elegant taking a lot of damage. Kara team struggles at keeping him up, but they are going to be able to disengage. Half level lead for OMG still. Bruiser's pushing top for X Team. So X Team, you know, they're getting value on the map. I'm curious as to how much time is left on this boss. Please, more to the left.
I really thought there was going to be a sundering down that bridge.
Yeah, they do not want to commit to it, though. It's going to be a single shrine up here. This is best case scenario, and I love this shot calling. Zeratul's going to scout out the rotations. He's getting some poke on the gray man, it looks like, on the map. But X Team just doing whatever they can to get value on the map.
One temple spawning in about 10 seconds. They're going in for the fight. They know that this is the time. They want to get here before OMG gets their level 20 heroic or storm tier talents. There's a force fall kind of dividing the team up. X Team want to get back around to each other here in this central area. No kills yet, and no big heroic abilities used, so they can continue this fight.
OMG getting closer and closer to Storm Talent.
Oh, the Dwarf Toss!
Toss fails. He has to pop Avatar. That is so bad. Centering comes out, but it's a complete whiff.
Disintegrate, hello? That might just be the temple for X Team.
Yeah, with Avatar and Sunder down, they have to give it up. But the boss is up, Gilly, so X Team has to be mindful of that. They're going to go ahead and invade these bruisers, take them. And with just these bruisers alone, if they control some of the shots, they can take out this keep up here, Gilly.
Alright, they get the bruisers.
Sylvanas helps a lot with this.
Yeah, they really want to be aggressive with this, but OMG has 20. Still, no sundering, no avatar for a long time.
They're fighting
oh,
20 versus 19.
goodness!
They're losing a lot of heroics. Still, a lot of damage going on in the Paradise. He does end up blinking back. Tao going to reposition himself. Bisaka in a bad spot over the wall. Does Haunting Wave over. No Stormbolt just yet. They're really wanting to contest this fight. ZZTQ goes for the dismount. Ends up hitting Zeratul, but not getting the best value out of it so far.
All right,
this could be a keep in the top lane if they control a few more of these shots.
Boss? What are they going to do?
They're trying to get 20. They're trying to get
rotate
20.
Around?
Mid.
Okay. Zeratul's keeping an eye on them.
They do have 20 tier now. Power Slide comes in. Got Max in a really awkward spot. Good damage going on.
Oh, wow! Oh, wow!
Very easy kill. Resets on the Tassadar as well. This is a big moment for X Team.
That's huge, but they lost 2 keeps with that 1 temple phase because they were so low from the last one.
They need to go boss and win the game with
yeah,
this.
they have to get very aggressive very quickly. With 2 people down, they're going straight after the boss, and that is great. They have the Sylvanas, so that's going to be, they get so much value out of this boss that they wouldn't normally because of this. That fight was huge. Man, the synergy between Elegant and Paradise has just been amazing between the Void Prison and the Mosh Pits.
This is huge. This is a big moment for X Team.
They didn't even use those heroics either. Just the synergy between the two is amazing.
They only use Wailing Arrow in that fight. That's the only heroic they have down. They have a boss, like you said. The keep is already exposed, so this is going to go down very quickly, even without the Sylvanas being here. This could very much be game. They'll have everyone up just barely in time, but they're not going to have any damage onto this boss, Gilly. This is basically an all-or-nothing push here for X Team. If they lose this fight, they're in a really bad spot as they're down 2 keeps. But they're looking for it. Elegant's looking for the engage. Still 20 seconds on Wailing Arrow, so that won't be up for this fight.
Every heroic for OMG is available. They have Sundering. They have everything else. They're going to go into the fight. The palm gets procced. There's Mosh Pit, and they melt Thrall, a big Void Prison on 3 more members. The Disintegrate comes out. Elegant with amazing power slide. Max is not going to get out of here. He's shielded. They're trying to get back to the Hall of Storms, but it won't be enough. There's 3 kills. Only Tassadar and Muradin remain. Misaka is very low, but the boss is just crushing through this core. And X Team, holy cow, they were so behind.
Yeah, that's the power response of this map. Any map that has a boss on it, that is the power of Sylvanas on that map. Doesn't matter how behind you are. As long as you get on an even tier and you get the boss, you can win the game. X Team looking pretty happy. I mean, they just qualified for Worlds.
Yeah, they should. I mean, everyone but Elegant. Elegant's just like, yeah, par for the course. We're badasses. That was freaking cool, man. The Zeratul ETC play was just amazing. Like, all of it was very good. The Sylvanas play was good too. And of course, they synergized with Li Ming very well, but oh, look how excited they are. At least he is.
I mean, that's pretty huge.
Yeah.
They took out Edward Gaming 3-0. They took out OMG 3-1. I don't think... I mean, at the beginning of the season, they looked pretty meh, I'll be honest. But overall, I'm really happy with that set. And how they've improved throughout the season. And again, Paradise. Yeah, it was 3 out of the 4 games he got MVP.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's because he's just so influential with his heroics. Mm-hmm. The Void Prisons, the Mosh, or the Sun Rings. I mean, he played very well.
I'm really excited for those guys. Like you said, they have really improved over this season of Gold League. And to be able to take out EDG was one thing, but you and I both, and in 4 out of the 6 casters for China, both believed that OMG would win this series. And they were only able to take 1 map off of X Team, and it was clearly X Team's worst map. That was really cool. That was really great to see. Guys, that does it for us. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 a.m. Pacific time because we're crazy. To conclude the casting, we'll have X Team.
1 a.m. Pacific time.
1 a.m. Pacific time. It's 3 a.m. my time. My bad. So we'll be back tomorrow with E-Star versus X Team, and then the winner of that will face MVP Black.
Yeah.